Hello there. It's James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Johnny Test, Fred Flintstone, and one of my personal favorites, Leonardo. And you are listening to Epic Tales from the Sewer. It's totally awesome. Turtle power. Go, go, go.
Strap into the party wagon and hold on to your pizza. No countdowns, just right into it. Welcome to Epic Tales from the Sewers. I'm your most excellent host, Justin. Eric is off on assignment tonight, and we are talking to some fantastic expert guests. The subject tonight, action figures, not just action figures, top action figures of 2023. So that could mean a lot of different things, and I'm sure we'll get into some loose interpretations, but I want to introduce my panel of guests. So starting with, to my right, Mr. TMNT underscore 1987 underscore, aka Jay. How you doing, Jay?
Fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. Jay is one of the hosts of Behind the Plastic podcast, and he's joining us today.
Thank you again. I haven't decided if I should be nervous or not yet. Anytime I'm on with Gary, it feels like I'm just kicking it with my guy. And, he's just like, I'm hanging out with my other guy, so come hang out. But you've had some incredible guests on here, so maybe I will be nervous now that
Now you are one of those incredible guests. So you can count yourself among Townsend Coleman and Mateus Santaluco and all of those guys. So that's you. That's you now.
See? Now you're just flexing. I'm nervous.
No, it's not a flex. We got Jay. Yes.
Thank you.
And now to build up the next guest that we have, Mr. High Anxiety. You can find High Anxiety on YouTube. Mr. Brandon, thank you for joining.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, thanks for having me, and thanks for delaying the podcast for me with my busy life that I rudely asked you to accommodate for. So thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm in Central Time, so I didn't mind at all.
Oh, Gary's mad at me though.
Yeah, last and certainly not least, we have Mr. TMNT Party Wagon podcast himself. You know him, you love him as Needles on Instagram, Mr. Gary. How you doing?
How did I get here? What am I doing here?
I don't know.
What's going on,
I guess
everyone?
You have some amazing friends, so
Yes, I am very excited to be here. First time on here, Epic Tales, and with three of my favorite people. So I'm very excited. Well, we're missing the fourth one, unfortunately, but
you're a second generation guest too, because we had Tom on last January. So
yep, it's hard. It's hard to book Tom. I can't even book him, and I work with him every day.
Oh wow, that's good. So everybody go out and check out Tom Bowman Bolaires. So we'll keep Gary employed. But
please,
guys, what we're talking about, I asked you to come up with your top picks for 2023 of TMNT action figures. So it's kind of interesting. We don't really have a format. We don't have anything to go by. So we could do this any number of ways. We could go person to person. We could just talk about your choices, your number. Everybody could do their. What did we do? 5 or 10? How many did you guys do?
10.
I think I did 5. I think I grabbed 5, but I'm gonna jump the gun. I know that Jay doesn't open up all of his figures, so he doesn't have everything open from this year. So honestly, I want Jay to go first. I am very interested in what he has picked.
Yeah, let's hear some choices.
Okay. Before I go, this just sounds like a freaking shrewd operator talking. In school, they're like, "Oh, so everyone did the assignment." Yeah. I think Jay should, give us his opinion first. I'm really interested in what he has to say. And then he can be like, "Oh yeah, that did come out this year." Because you know what? Actually, all right, how big of a hammer do I want to drop here? Gary actually lives in 2024.
What? Yeah, I bet.
No.
He's already got those Ronin figures, dude.
Gary lives in 2024. He's been living in 2024 for the duration of 2023.
If you get a Punk Donnie, you can get out of here right now.
I will say, everybody, that if you're talking about the Super 7, I do not. That's still not even done yet.
Yeah, they don't even exist. So
So listen, there's this weird like turtle action figure subculture right within, like, you know, there's just groups and people. Oh, I have the exclusive scoop. Oh, I have a blurry image of a figure coming out in 2024. Bro, Gary has the figures.
Yeah.
Let's stop trying to run this stupid little race. You know, anyone who thinks they have a freaking scoop, Gary has the actual physical scoop. Right, like he's got the actual stuff.
Yeah,
So
I remember we got Savante Romero, and I'm like, I've not even seen him yet. So
I just finally found him today in store, but I had him pretty early too. But yeah, I just saw him in store today.
So disclaimer, my list is not going to be this cool, and I don't know if he can talk about stuff from the future, so God knows. But okay, here we go. You want to do like, should we do like in groups of 3? So like 10, 9, 8. And then everyone
sure.
10, let's 3. Let's do that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Let's skip around.
All right. So number 10, I'm going to have Mona Lisa and Dirk Savage.
Oh,
I
nice.
absolutely love that. I know it feels like that thing came out like 15 years ago, but I love that. Number 9, I'm going to go with our big horny boy Zog.
yes,
Yeah, absolutely love that figure. I
Look
don't
at
think
that.
it's, yeah, look at that. Zog is a beautiful figure.
There it is.
Number 8, I'm going to cheat a little. Since I got that figure this year, and when I initially started collecting, I just got the GameStop 4. By the way, Justin, you need the movie line, man. I'm sorry. Maybe you should be disqualified from ever commenting on action figures until you pick up the movie ones. Sorry.
I have all the 2007 movie ones. Does that count?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Now's a good time too. So it is the trench coat Raph, that street Raph. I did have like the original, 4, but I was just like, it's the same figure. Why do I need this? And then I started buying stuff, So awesome figure, fantastic. Likeness is a 15 out of 10. So that's
okay. So if I can be rude and
absolutely
chime in,
Please do.
I pre-ordered that trench coat Raph, and then I said, "What is wrong with me? That's literally the exact same figure with a trench coat and some." Oh, you know what? Actually, I remember why I canceled it. Is because the pre-production photos of the accessories looked nothing like the second wave of here's the final release product, and I said, "Screw that." You know what? If you're going to release the exact same figure and then nerf the accessories, I said bye. And now, when I saw someone make a custom with that trench coat and put it on a Donatello and make it the true form to have the complete original in disguise line, I'm so salty about it. I don't
Are you
know
talking about the Super 7 one? Did I miss that?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Super 7?
Yeah.
Is
You said Super 7 Raph and trench coat. Isn't that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about the NECA one?
He's talking about the movie.
I'm talking about the movie.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I was thrown off there for a second because I was going to say, Jay,
I'm so sorry.
I was like, Jay, that trench coat Raph was like 3 years ago, buddy.
Yeah, no.
Well, that's you're talking about the BBTS one, and he's talking about the movie one. So
I'm talking about the movie.
yeah. So it is. I mean,
Gotcha.
we can
Casey
qualify
Jones
it because
Raph,
he got it this year. So
yeah. So it's a little bit of a cheat.
Oh, we can cheat? I'm going to cheat then.
That
hell
was a baby cheat. I do have another cheat in my next in the next 3, but
I've cheated. I've cheated, so I'll allow it.
all right. So why don't we move on, Brandon? Do you have a bottom 3?
Yeah, I do. And my bottom 3 are pretty coveted. And it feels really bad saying bottom 3, but the first one I'm going to choose is the Ray Fillet, the Archie line. I think this figure is just epic, and I've never read the Archie comics, the Wrestler Turtles. I have to read it because right now I'm passing on all those when they come out, and I probably will buy them all once I read it. But the Ray Fillet I just felt was so epic, and so is the Slash, to be honest. So I'm going to put those two together.
Slash was last year, but still, that's okay.
Was it last year? Okay,
Yeah.
then cool. I got an extra one then. I'm not going to cheat. But yeah, this face is great, and I love both of the heads. I just love the expressions on them. And I just like I love just the way the fins feel, and it's just an
They
epic
feel
character.
premium, don't they? They're just so well made.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful figure, and I put this with just the Toon line because we're not getting a Ray Fillet from NECA unless they lie about that, and they're gonna like make that a loot crate or something later on down the line. But that's my number 10, and it's a great figure, so you can tell that this is gonna be a great list. My number 9.
Let me interrupt. Brandon.
Go ahead.
Brandon. He's doing his bottom 3 so much better. I'm just like talking. I'm like, yeah, number 10 is XXXYZ. Number 8 is this, and number 9 is this. Okay, Brandon, it's your turn. Okay, so I'm going to be a little more selfish with the next 3, but I'm just jumping in to steal some of your spotlight of how good your spotlight is, so I can have a bigger spotlight on me next. Okay, go.
It's
right
almost
ahead.
like he has his own channel,
Yeah.
So.
It's almost like I am an attention whore, and I need people to look at me and listen to me. So number 9 is it's from the Mutant Mayhem line, and when I saw them do this, I lost it. And it's this it's the Turtles in Disguise or the Vacation Michelangelo, and I just love that they recreated the original line with the Mutant Mayhems, and I'm just choosing the Michelangelo one because I love my top 10 list already. But yeah, this is just an epic figure. It's adorable. And Mikey, by the way, if I choose any of the turtle lines that I pick on this, I picked all Mikey because Mikey is the best, except for the Mutant Mayhem line. So sorry to get so derailed, but Michelangelo sucked at Mutant Mayhem. But yeah, this is gorgeous.
The NECA mummy was probably the weakest one of the Michelangelos.
Wow, that's
a whole thing.
I said of the Michelangelos.
This is your show, so I'm gonna be very respectful, and I'm gonna bite my tongue.
I'm a Leo guy, so
Oh my god, you really shouldn't be here at all.
Well, hold on,
and then
Jay, who's your favorite?
Donnie.
All right, I'm Raph. He's Donnie. You're Leo.
Oh my
Brandon,
god,
yours is Mikey.
Look.
This is how it always happens. We could play a game. We could play a Shredder's Revenge here.
Secret sauce right here.
Great. And my sorry, I was really great. I wasn't trying to like disregard that. Just keep talking. I'm sorry. And this is my number 7, and I've not even opened it yet. It's literally in the box still. And the reason that I'm saying it's number 7. That's not what I thought it was.
What are we doing?
You know what? I'm gonna go with it anyway. Look at this. I got my.
That's what I thought it was.
Oh, that's
I was
pretty
gonna
cool.
say big giant Mikey. That's crazy.
That's a great figure.
So yeah, so I literally am seeing this for the first time. So when I do make the video for this, I'm gonna be a little lying and saying that I'm seeing it for the first time. But yeah, this is like the figures for the Mutant Mayhem are really good, but you can see the loss of quality in the 5-inch figures. But this just lets you just see all the detail. And these Mutant Mayhem giants are probably my favorite giants that have existed, and that's probably over the NECA ones too. But that's not true because my number 7 is a NECA one. So, but yeah, I just think it looks great. That's beautiful. So, all right.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
Hey Gary, do you think Brandon would be jealous of the custom repaints that I got from Ruben in our party group? He would. I think he would be jealous.
Yeah, Brandon hasn't seen them. They're beautiful. Yeah.
Are they
like? It looks like there is like detail in them. After we're done with the official show, Justin, if you want to show my IG to Brandon, he can see the.
Sure. I follow you.
Oh well,
sure.
Say hi,
I'll peruse.
Bro, what the heck? Say hi. Don't be one of those guys.
Gary, what do you got?
All right.
You have a
so number 10 is the Funko Minis. No, I'm joking. I'm kind of actually. This is a good rollover. Just because I only happen to have my painted one on my desk. Is the Mutant Mayhem?
Nice. Okay.
Raphael is personally one of my favorites. This is a really terrible repaint. This is why I've never shown it off because I hate it. But I was trying to get in on that after I saw Jay's, and I was like, I got to do something like that too. Absolutely hate it. And for the record, I only grabbed like 5 or 6 figures, so I'm gonna be pulling a little bit, not grabbing stuff off the shelf.
Yeah, no worries. Again, it's an audio show on my end, so it's okay.
Definitely. Going into the next one will be a brand new figure we just got. I think that with the exception of the breaking wrists, the new Kino from the movie line 2-pack of Ernie Reyes Jr. is one of the best likeness sculpts they've ever done.
Nice.
And as a figure, it just pops. It looks great. It looks great on the shelf. I'm looking at it right now. It just looks awesome. I think it's better than that San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that came with a bike that we were all excited about in general. They one-up themselves. So
I have to adjust my list.
I'm glad they grabbed that. They did that as a normal wide release so that we didn't have to worry about exclusives. In my opinion, the better figure. And I will reiterate that people in the party wagon I've heard say the same thing.
Nice.
I would go with that as my number 2. My number 3, well 7, we'll say. There it is.
Look at that. Look at the eyes. Wow.
Let me see what I can get.
I'd say my number 7 we'll do as a 4 because they're all the same. Super 7's glow in the dark Ninja Turtles.
Okay, yeah.
I'm looking at them right now, and the things that I love the most, I keep displayed by me on my desk, and they are right above my head right now, next to my other glow in the dark Mutant Mayhem ones. But the Super 7 ones, to me, are one of the best figures they've done.
Oh, gorgeous. Look at that.
You can't
That's
really tell.
Custom painted Mikey, and we saw a custom painted Raph, and then Gary's custom painted Raph, which is better than I could do, but he just didn't
really I don't know if you can tell. Can you tell a little bit? Like
Yeah,
how
I can see him.
cool he looks?
They've got really nice lines on them, like on the shells. When you look at the shells, the yellow, there's like a different color yellow paint on like the top of their shells and such, and they look wonderful. They're so well done. He killed them.
Yeah, nice belts too. Not like
you see the slight shading like on the bandana. You see that?
Yeah,
like really, really nicely done. Really nicely done.
It's funny too because I know from the beginning when the movie was coming out, there was a lot of detractors and stuff like that, but it's like all the stuff that they released for it has been so cool.
Yeah,
there's got to be people who have never even seen the movie and they're like, I don't even care. These are just awesome. So
the Playmates line has been such trash for the last so many years of all the reissues. And so when I saw the care they put into the Mutant Mayhem line, regardless of if the movie was good or not, I was all in, and I am. And I the only thing I passed on, I passed on like the little skater ones, but like the ones that like the actual mainline figures that I passed on are just the reissues of like the battle packs where it comes with the scenery, because I want that scenery, but it's like I don't need that.
Yeah.
For those listening, and Brandon, if you go on Walmart.com right now, you can order each one. They're on sale for $10 a piece. You get all.
Okay, okay, thank you.
That's
I just picked up a Mondo myself. Let's see if I got him. I'll show something. But I'm a big fan of this guy. I'm gonna have to crack him out and get him going. I'm curious to which one I got because I think there's a different variation of the feet or something. I saw that actually in one of the Facebook groups. It looks like there's a different paint variation of them. So, or maybe it was just an error. I don't know. But
how long do we think it's going to be before one of these collector companies makes dabbles in this line?
Oh, the Mutant Mayhem line?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Who would you see doing it? Because there's no Mondo, but it would be like a Mayfex or
like Figure Arts maybe. Figure Arts might do something. Or Rebel Tech. Rebel Tech did the 2012.
Yeah, those are awesome.
And apparently those are I don't have those.
I've got a bootleg Leo and he's awful.
the bootleg Leo, like where the arms don't even stay on. Yeah.
Oh, they're all he's in a box downstairs. I moved with him. I literally threw him in a box, and when I found him again, he was just dismembered, and I'm like, this is awful. So not good.
All right. Justin, do you have a list, or is it just us?
I mean, I don't have so much of a list. I mean, you definitely hit some of mine already. The first couple ones that I had were Man Ray and then Zog. Um, and I'm gonna go with another one that we haven't talked about yet, which would be the Universal Monsters Casey Jones. So the Phantom of the Opera Casey Jones. Out of the gate, what a crazy idea. And for it to work as well as it did and be as detailed and everything, it's a pretty crazy figure.
Yeah.
That's the first one I've ever had to keep secret. That's one of the ones that I knew early on. And
Nice.
I was shown the artwork for it, and it was
There's
cool.
some great customs that have come out for this one, and I think it's just one of those things that nobody was expecting. Like, all right, well, we didn't expect to get a Splinter as Van Helsing, and everyone's like, okay, we got Judith Hogue as the April, as the bride of Frankenstein. That's cool, but Casey comes out of nowhere, and I thought that was kind of a fresh take instead of just doing the regular one. And for the record, I think that Casey Jones can be the best or the worst of the line, because if you see like the Loyal Subjects, I'm not a big fan of that Casey Jones. So, I don't want to yuck somebody's yum. If that's your thing, that's great. For me, the scale is way off, and it just doesn't, it looks clunky. Like one of those little things you press the bottom and like everything falls apart. Then you let it go and it comes back. Like, those sort of things.
Justin, I will take the brunt for you, and I will yuck everyone's yum.
Okay.
The Loyal Subjects BST line is either hit or extreme. Why are you wasting your time? And Casey Jones is probably the bottom of the barrel. So for everyone who's yum that I'm yucking, you can yuck off.
Okay, there you go. I like that.
Zero apologies from Brandon.
No apologies. And if you're a subscriber and that's gonna make you unsubscribe, please don't, because I'm at like a really good number right now.
No, we don't work that way really. So it's like we'd have to have subscribers first. We really just have listeners. So
all right. Number 7. I am cheating. I'm cheating because cheating / a real one, but I just think it's fun to cheat a little, right? So the cheat is I don't know if you guys read any of the IDW comics.
Of course.
But the Street Fighter Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one was a fun one. So I'm going with the Jada Toys Ryu.
Interesting. Okay.
Awesome figure. You can't beat the price. Great sculpt. Articulation is at like a 15 out of 10. You can do anything with him. The likeness is really, 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 really nice. Paint is nice. You can take, I think, the top off. But if you want a real number 7, we're gonna go with the Foot Soldier, the Mirage Foot Soldier.
Absolutely
that everyone
on my list. Yeah,
lost their minds over. Oh my god, I need 15 of these. I'm like, guys, what are you doing? Like, a couple is enough. What are you gonna do with the 15?
Listen, if we want 15, we can have 15. Okay.
Fine. 15.
But
okay.
I'm gonna talk up your 15. But I bought, I think, 8. And then I bought 8 of the Snake Eyes from the G.I. Joe lines, and I took the cloths off that I saw on the party wagon. So now I have like 16 of them, and I only paid a fraction of the price.
Did you go to Ollie's to get them for like $4.99?
Yeah, I bought every single one I saw. It was great.
We sure did.
Great.
But
have you seen it?
Sorry.
No, I was just saying, have you seen that before? Like have you seen what we did with the G.I. Joe characters?
Haven't, so hook me up.
Keep talking. I'll go show you.
So the reason that foot soldier is amazing. It's would you say it's like 3 figures in one with all these?
Yeah, there's so many options, so many weapons, and at the price, you get so much in that. It's like it is the biggest bundle of toy I've ever seen.
Yeah.
What did you display yours with is the question, because I've got one with the spear and I've got one with the chain. That's what I currently have them displayed with. What do you guys have?
All of it.
Oh, you have.
And then I've got the conversion that he's showing you.
Okay, so here's the figure. And I know the audio version is not going to see a whole lot, but this is Snake Eyes from the G.I. Joe line. And all you do is take that extra cloth that's with it, and you take the head off. We had to Dremel the head out a little bit, so that way you could put the NECA figure on the Snake Eyes body. But this is essentially, like, the only thing different is the feet. That's the only thing different, is that it's just, but like I have the hands on, they fit perfectly, and you can put whatever head you want on here. But this one I chose to use the mask of the human, and then I just think it's super cool. It was $5, and I had another $35 figure. It was great.
Question: how is the ab crunch for that? Can you bend him?
I don't know.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, yeah, you
Oh,
can. Look at
man.
that. He's hurling right there. Look at that.
Yeah, they've got the cut above the abs, below the breast. They've got that cut on them.
See,
that's a Hasbro. Yeah,
that's the flaw in the foot soldier, because he can't really.
Yeah. Or at all.
See that? Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
So that's the flaw.
Yeah, for design though, it's great. Like that face. I have the one with the. I have two of them with the dragon sort of bandana on. I loved it. It was so great. When I saw him, I had to scoop him up.
And a great jump off point before Justin hogs the spotlight away. The elite ninja or Foot Clan, the original color, the IDW colorway that I think showed up in the Best Buy system. I absolutely cannot wait for that one. So it's got kind of like the Shredder mask with like the tape.
That's the New York Comic-Con re-release, right?
I hate you for having, all the freaking releases, past, present, and future.
This one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool with the gray and the maroon color to go from the original covers.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm okay with the blue. Like to me, the blue is fine. I had one of the white ones that I gave out actually as a prize for the Halloween costume contest in Epic Shells last year. So, but otherwise it was fine. I like the blue a lot. So that was the 3 for you. Did you have one more?
No, that was the 3. I did. Or wait, what did I do? Oh no, I did Ryu / So that was my cheat.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
So 6, I'm gonna do the Ultimate April O'Neil from the NECA April O'Neil 87 tune. I mean that one. So that one again. You see, Gary just has his paws in everything. So I remember it was the neck gate for like.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Remember it was like a good it felt like a half a year. Her neck, and you know what? NECA, just let Gary review this stuff beforehand. Just let him do it. If you sent him the figures and said, "Hey, take pictures, get a proper thing," Netgate wouldn't have happened because Gary actually reviewed it. I think he went to like some birthday party or something, or didn't, and then he's like, "Oh, the neck is fine. It just wasn't like pushed all the way in for whoever did the pictures." But that figure's super cool. It's actually kind of surprising the amount of articulation it has on it. Comes with a ton of accessories, great sculpt, likeness, all of the above. And number 5, I wish I could have had this one higher, but there is a flaw. My beautiful Sinji. Anything teal, I'm a sucker for. The Sinja from the Last Ronin line. That is one absolutely gorgeous figure.
Yeah, I got him right here. I got one of them.
The only flaw that I would have liked there. So that one's got a little bit of an ab crunch. That one you can pose like a ninja.
Yep.
Just give me the double joints on the elbows, man. Because it's just kind of stuck there. And it's a robot, he can look a little, I understand the Kino, the humans, they get weird with like the multiple joints and stuff. They just don't look as good.
Right.
But for robots and stuff, give me the double joints. Number 5, beautiful Sinjabot.
Nice. That's a solid choice.
Thank you.
It is. It just missed my list.
Oh, he's got it there. Yep.
It might be on mine.
It missed my list too, just because the arms are a little bit like when you do like sort of put it in like poses, it looks like a robot. It doesn't look like a person trying to do a like a swipe with a sword or something like that. It's a little blocky for me.
Yeah.
But I bought 2 of them, so if there's an 11 on my list, it's 11. 5. Okay.
High 5, yeah.
Oh, high 5. Okay.
All right, Brandon, let's hear it. What do you got? Where are we at?
It's my turn already? The one I was trying to show off that I just opened out of the box too. God,
Oh,
I've been
look at
waiting for
that.
this.
Big
I've been waiting
Mikey.
for this giant,
Oh.
this giant '87 Michelangelo. I've been waiting for this forever, and I could never figure out why the gap in between was so long. But I love this line, and I love the fact that I have an extra head that I can put on my desk at work. So now the other three brothers finally have their partner. It's one of the only boxes I keep. I don't know why I don't keep boxes, but I love this figure so much, and I just saw it for the first time today. So that's like my number 7. I don't know if I was counting right last time.
That's a great figure. It looks awesome, and I mean, he's got the real chain in the nunchucks, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
he does.
Looking at it for the first time. Yep. So number 6 are the baby Ninja Turtles from Mutant Mayhem, the Turtle Tots. I think they're just adorable. And then I decided I'm not really happy with them, but I decided to make them with the masks. So I made custom ones with they look like with bandanas on. So I have 2 of each, and then I've like I said, made the custom bandanas on them. But the Turtle Tots are really cute, and I think I told this to Gary before, but like I said, Raph is not my favorite character, but in Mutant Mayhem, Raph is like the definitive character. Like I just love how unhinged he is. And I don't know why I'm drawn to like unhinged characters. Like I love Kylo Ren. I know you can say whatever about the Star Wars sequels, but Kylo Ren like being so unhinged just makes that movie. And Raph, when they like you have a rage puppy, he's like, oh, it's not a problem. Like it just, I love it. It's so good. But yes, these Turtle Tots are my next on the list. And then, man, I think this is this year. I don't know if it's not, but these Utroms and the bodies, I think that was this year. God, these figures are so cool. Is that last year?
I
I
don't
think
remember.
they came out in Toy Fair last year, I believe, but I only remember seeing them out this year.
Yeah, I think they came out early.
We'll accept it.
Yeah, why not?
But yeah, I love the Utrom and the robot bodies. I think they're just amazing, and I love that you can like flip the heads out, and you can put the old Utroms in there, and yeah, I love the gap that's in when you take the Utrom out, and you can make it like deactivated and the head blown up, and I just think they're really cool, and I like how stocky they are because I didn't grow up on the comic book. I watched, but like the first time I saw like this kind of body. Was on the 2012 cartoon, and they were like super frail and thin. So to see these guys are like thick, it's like yeah, they get thick with 2 C's, two C's.
Thick, 2 C's.
But yeah,
He looks
I love
a little bit
that.
smaller than the Krang that came with the Splinter.
Yeah, I think it is smaller, isn't it?
It is smaller. I've taken a lot of photos of all those Utroms. Definitely smaller.
Yeah,
but I will.
But I like that because it gives variety.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. One of the best paint apps that NECA has, and not just in quality, it's the direction of the paint apps on that figure, are bar none.
So I think that was 3. I don't know. If it's not, I can do one more real quick. Yeah, that was 3. Go ahead.
What do you got, Gary?
So Jay had touched on it. We'll say, was it number 6? Is our boy the Sinja?
Yep.
Looking sexy. The reason I love the Sinja so much for this one specifically was their choice of paint application. And it was just so smooth. It was so clean. You could take the arms off on them. Yep. You can replace the head. I've got multiple variations of them in my display. And they just, although they're not our most popular photos that Jay and I take, we take big pride in Sinja Sundays. And I love the photos the Sinjas just take.
You need a purple one, man. That's what you need now. A purple one, like that cover of Last Ronin that they did.
Yeah,
there was one that was just the head.
He's gonna buy his 47th Sinja right now. Make him purple.
What's the white one? I can't wait for that one. What's that one called?
The Elite Patrol Bot.
Yeah, that looks so good. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, that should be soon. That one's wonderful. Going off just a little bit. I'm going to go with something similar, but the Sphero Toys Blight in my display, kind of Turtles related, but Sphero Toys are doing I think it's like Warriors of the Animal Kingdom, I think it's called, or something like that. Anthropomorphic animals, insanely great line. And one of my things that I like the most, I'm going to also touch upon in the next one, is One of the reasons I love NECA is because I love the people behind it. And I love Spiro Toys for the same reason. Wonderful people behind the brand, a lot of love and a lot of passion.
Is that one of the battle beasts, or what is that? That's it looks like a honey badger, maybe.
The thing that I had,
yeah,
this is a monkey. He's a gorilla. Here, move him up a little bit.
Oh, okay, all right, there you go. Oh, wow.
His name is Blight, and they all have lore behind them. There's like a comic I think that goes with them, but Blight, and you can see at the tips of his weapons have a little bit of a color change on them because that's like a poison.
Okay.
And they sell these fun little upgrade kits where you can get them, and they just have extra like different like weapons. Maybe you'll have some like different like shoulder pauldrons or leg pieces and such that they sell. And I think I have one. Oh, there we go. They're called Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. That's what they're called. This is the Horrid Loot Crate, is what this box was called, and it's like $12.
Is that what you bought when you were with me? That figure?
Yeah, yes. Oh, yeah. I bought this when I was with you in Ohio, and then at the show, they were such incredible people meeting them that I was like, I gotta buy something here, and I didn't know if I was going to go all in on the line yet, so I bought one of the little packs. But now I think that I'm going to pick and choose what I buy, but I can't praise this company enough. They're a smaller company, very small run, simple like NECA, but just putting out passion projects. I've been following them for a while now because I met them at PowerCon last year, and they were the stuff was just cool looking.
That just needs to be a foot soldier, like a
right. Yeah, that'd be cool. And then going into number 5, is this number 5?
Yeah, correct.
Another fun cheat fits into the line. Same rules apply.
Battletoads.
Battletoads.
Good cheat.
Great guys, really good friends with Ben and Matt, owner of Premium DNA. If Earthworm Jim shipped this month, like they were hoping, Earthworm Jim would probably be on this list, but he's not in yet. But part of the reason I've thrown this one up on the list, a couple of different reasons. I want to definitely specify. Great people, as I said. These figures are insanely premium. They are very well made, and the NECA heat 'em up problem. You don't really have that problem with their stuff anymore, but these like tenfold. These are the smoothest joints I've ever had in an action figure, and they're very well done. They're like butter.
And they stay too.
Yes, look at that. And they were smart. Like this piece right here, which just kind of comes off and pops on. This is actually like a hollow plastic piece, so when you pop it on, you don't have to worry about any weight because
it doesn't pop onto the wrist. It goes over the arm. Looks like
so
crazy.
It's got the gauntlet, and there's a little lip, and it makes a little noise. It makes a pop noise.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, pops right on, so it's nice and light. Very smart engineering on them. And then when it comes to the customer service of them, that's where like another one of those things pops in, where it's like, what a great company. I had a defective one on a box from PowerCon. I got a Rash out of box, had a broken leg, and they replaced it for me for free. So they're really, really great. Ben is a homie, great guy. So I really want to shine that. And, I know we're talking about Turtles list. We had so much Turtles come out this year, but every once in a while stuff does come out that outshines the Turtle stuff and fits in the line, in my opinion. And the Battletoad stuff is premium.
I mean, you think about the Colossal Frog that came out and all that. Like, I'm sure you guys are toon collectors, so you grabbed that. Mm-hmm. I genuinely had no interest in it. Like, it's just there was nothing in that for me, like a one-off episode and all that. Like, I like the frogs and all, but it didn't really hold me. So, is that on anybody's list? That's
I love that. I honestly, I was gonna get it regardless, but what really sold me on it was someone in the party wagon had gotten it early. And they're like, this is the heaviest figure they've ever produced. And I'm like, what? So for me, that's value, a lot of plastic there. And it's a big figure. I think I messaged Jay right when I opened it. I was like, dude, this thing's unreal. Like, I can't believe like this. It has this mobility. Great figure.
That's cool. Yeah, mine. I went with. I did like NECA Kino on the scooter because I didn't get the other one, but I think it's a great head sculpt. Absolutely, it looks fantastic, and I'm hoping to take him out of the box at some point and find a place for him. I got to go with another Universal Monsters Donatello, the Invisible Man Turtle. That's a fantastic looking one, and I think until the new ones come out, I think that's my favorite out of all the ones that they've done thus far, and it's pretty cool. And one of my other favorites that I just got, a little bit of a deviation from NECA and Super 7, but the Shredder. So
Yeah.
from the Loyal Subjects Shredder,
Yep.
love this figure. It's definitely better than the Turtles, and I wasn't a huge fan of the second head, but that first head with the Santa Luco design and all that, and just, I mean, it looks dangerous. You know, this thing, the color's great, the texture's awesome. Big fan of this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I recently just got them myself.
Yeah, as I alluded to earlier, like there's really good ones and there's the rest, but like I bought that and I bought the 4 IDW turtles. I think they look great.
Wonderful.
I bought the painted San Diego ones, and I regret it because I don't like them as much as I like the non-painted ones. But I'll probably get them too.
So, my
you know how it goes.
situation. I didn't buy the San Diego ones because I didn't like the wash on them. I waited to get the standard ones.
It's not just the wash though, too. It's also kind of a sloppy paint job where it's like, oh wow, there's like bleed over from the masks and stuff like that. So it's like, I just don't think it was really something they thought through. And I was just happy to get them. And it's one of those things where with that toy line, a lot of the accessories are really brittle. And we know as like with NECA and all that, it's pretty brittle. But it's like with these, it's real brittle. It's like old school G.I. Joe brittle, you know. And I'm like, I don't know. You know, I think I'll just leave the sword in Leo's hands instead of taking it out. At this point.
And the weapons and the weapons in the pizza box, like the original Ninja Turtle thing that came out, they were black and white, had battle damage. The Raphael Sai, you could just bend it the lightest thing, and it was the weirdest. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
That motorcycle looked amazing. I mean, we first saw that at Granite State, and I mean, there's a gold version and there's the red version. Whichever one you get is fine. But the figure that comes with it had an exclusive head sculpt, and that was a really cool one.
Mm-hmm. I grabbed that. Mateus signed it across the whole front of it. Just says Santu Loco.
Nice.
Can't even see the figure inside.
And for anyone who has not met him, I honestly think he is the Shredder. So just from talking to him and stuff like that, it's like I have not seen anybody else that walks around with that air about them where you're like, that's a dangerous man right there. He has this look about him when he walks, and he kind of like cuts a swath through the room, and you're like, he may actually run the Foot Clan. So.
I will attest to that, but I will say one thing. I felt that way when I first met him, and then when I saw him meet Pete for the first time, when Pete showed up to Granite State, Peter Laird, for the listeners, when Pete showed up and Mateus walked up to him, it was like a puppy dog. It was like he was like, "Oh my god!" It was awesome.
Did you have anybody that surprised you when you saw Pete meet them? Anyone where he was like, "Oh wow," or anything? Like, did he have any moments like that?
I'm gonna toot my own horn a little bit. He knew a lot about. No, I'm joking. Not about me. I
love your photography. Wow, really?
With my job, Tom had asked me. Tom didn't even ask me. Tom said Pete wants a custom shoe from us at Bull Airs, and I think we should do it. And I said, I'm doing it. And it's the very first shoe I've ever designed. And I designed it by myself, and I showed it to Pete at Granite State, and I said, what do you think of this? And all I could think about is that scene from the Turtle Power documentary when him and Kevin met for the first time in years, and he kind of lit up, and he's like, oh, and it's like you can just see it. He did the same thing when I showed him that picture I did, and that was the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. And that was the only time I saw it over the weekend.
That's fantastic.
He was over the moon. And I also want to add that a good friend who also now works at NECA, Aaron Hazori, is drawing the insoles.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I did consult him for this episode. He said he'd get back to me. So
So Aaron did the insoles for those shoes because I told Aaron that I wanted to have him involved and have something special from him with Pete. I thought it'd be really neat. So That is like I know it's a little toot my own horn, but it's one of the greatest experiences, and it's a memory that's seared in my brain.
Do you guys think we're gonna get a Pete and a Kevin Eastman figure? And if so, will it be in a 2-pack?
I think so, because I keep hearing so much about it, and I genuinely don't actually have an answer that's positive, or I can't allude to it, but I keep hearing it so much, and the one thing I do know is that NECA knows what people are saying on the internet.
Oh, okay. Well, I
Like,
wonder why.
yeah.
If we're getting a Jack Kirby figure,
Yeah.
we're gonna get them.
Yeah,
So-
I am absolutely buying that as soon as I can. And I'm a big fan of the Baxter Stockman, by the way.
Yeah,
So,
same.
Oh, I can't
Amazing.
wait for that. Oh my
Amazing.
god.
Okay.
I think what I was going right. So I have one
Oh,
more.
my bad.
Did I do? No, I did
No, you did-
Donatello.
you did
I
Donnie.
did Kino, and I did Shredder. So we're back to you, Jay.
All right, cool. How awesome is it that we're barely like overlapping? Like that's how much
Yeah.
turtle
Yeah,
stuff is
That's
out there.
true.
It's
It
freaking
might
incredible.
change at the very bottom though. It might
Yeah,
change.
yeah. I mean, I'm expecting that, but just to this point, the fact that we haven't, and and I'm thinking there's still like some figures that we could have, that Dreadmon was kind of fun. What was the other one? The I can't remember his freaking name. The tiger, the
Jaguar.
Oh, Jaguar.
Jaguar. Like that was a cool figure, right? That could have definitely ended up on this list. Okay, number 4, we're going vanilla, but still kind of fun. TMNT 3, sensational.
Okay. Yeah. You talk about
Absolutely
the 4-pack there?
sensational. Yes,
Yeah.
the San Diego Comic-Con, the accessories galore, the additional head sculpts for the other movies. Just absolutely. I mean, look at that. Just
That's
stunning.
fantastic. That
Yeah.
he's showing the
I-
Michelangelo.
And I went the route of putting the alternate head on there and putting in the helmet because as much as I love the goofiness, I was fine with having one goofy figure with the rock and roll turtles. So like I was like, you know what, I'm putting an action head on here. So but yeah, these are epic figures.
That is
And
cool.
thank you. 'Cause now I'm gonna take it off my list now, so you already covered it. So I can cheat.
So good, so good. And I will say, I really like 2 of the head sculpts, like the goofy ones there. I think the Mikey and the Donnie are awesome, and the Leo and the Raph, I'm not really a fan of their like goofy ones, but the angry sculpts are super freaking cool. So that was 4. Number 3, the Toon Baby Turtles, that accessory set.
Oh, okay.
I think I've probably photographed them the most out of everything. Obviously, outside of the 87 main line, I just have so much fun. So my wife and I went to this antique mall this past weekend, and I found this like little bunk bed, and I'm like this, and she's just like, oh, this would be so awesome for your baby turtles. And I'm like, damn, it would be awesome. She's like, go buy it, I'm like,
That's
okay,
sweet.
I'll
love
buy
that.
it. And the picture, like, I just had so much fun. I put the turtle rug, that little shell on there, put some toys on there, had like April O'Neil standing there, and like the turtles just doing goofy stuff. But I've had so much fun with them.
So if I can comment on that, those were probably one of my most anticipated figures, and I don't want to yuck on your yum, but 2 of those faces look like
Yes.
Teenage Mutant Ninja turds, and I hate them.
yes,
And I can't tell you which one they are, but like I hate it so much that when they put it on the website to pre-order again, I did that just so I can take 2 of the heads and repaint them and put them on the other figures.
I'll tell you what the heads are.
Is it
So the
Leo and
Donatello head is like this, and the
Yeah, I
Raph
hate
head
it.
is like this.
Yeah, I
The
hate it.
Leo-
I hate those faces.
Yeah. If they even just had the eyes looking to the side, you can have, like the mouth is like fine, but the Mikey face is perfect. The Leo is like, they're like really cute.
Do you think it's just the eyes? So if I repaint it, I might just be fine.
It's definitely the eyes, because the pupils and the eyes are centered, and they just don't, and they have this like.
That
this
follows
look.
you anywhere.
This is the look. Yes, this is the look.
Weird.
Yeah, I know what you mean. If the original the last Party Wagon banner was them, and it looked like almost like a rap album cover, and Raph is sitting there, and he just got this stern look on his face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
look
look
at-
at Mikey's eyes and Donnie's eyes. I think if you move those eyes, so what I typically do with anytime I shoot Donnie or Raph, I turn him to the side a little because like the profile is so cute.
Oh
You know?
yeah,
And they
That's
look like
much
a lot
better.
better. Yeah, they look a
Yeah.
lot better. If you
I
just
think
hide
what I'll
them.
do is I'll just paint the eyes and then I'll keep the other one sealed just so I have it just in case. But because I hate to alter the only version that I have. So you're right. It looks really good on the side. It's just up
Yes.
front. It looks.
Yeah.
It's got the classic collection eyes almost where they just look derpy and I don't like it.
Yeah. And just so you know, Brandon, those should be shipping in about 2 weeks.
Hey, thanks, Inside Info.
Yeah. Inside info always. Number two. We're going with the Lawson Mirage 4-pack that everyone just. So I remember seeing these revealed for the first time, and I'm like, yeah, they're cool, but man, they look so blocky. Like I'm scared that they're gonna be statues. I remember Gary just, no, don't worry, it's okay. They're the most articulated turtles we have ever gotten, and he was absolutely right. Awesome customs out there, paint jobs, but they are absolutely incredible. It would be cool if we got a little bit, if we got some kind of an accessory set for them. I'm pretty sure we will. For some additional hands and some, it's cool that Raph has the thing with the arm and he's got the poncho and stuff. It would be cool if we can get stuff like that. Maybe the blaster for Donnie from the old Mirage, but I know that's part of other figures, but something that can fit these hands and just maybe some more accessories, and I think they'll kind of round it out.
Well, trench coats would be perfect because that way you could do the unmentionables.
Oh yeah. And these figures this was going to be on my list. I'm going to take it off since you talked about it, but so thank you for doing that so I can talk more. But yeah, I love these figures, and this is what when I first played the Ninja Turtles NES game and I saw them wearing the red bandanas and they looked like this, and I was like, what is this? Why do I like it? But they're all Raph and blah, blah, blah. This is what I wanted when I could not afford the thing behind Gary until I got the knockoffs. But while I can appreciate the original NECA comic Mirage figures, this is what I wanted. And when I heard they were remaking them, I was like, I need them to look like this, and they're amazing.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
For the record, the 08 Turtles, I have knockoffs. I sold my original real set on years ago before I got into this even bigger.
Good.
I do have the original ones, and it was once again a Gary story. I found a crazy deal. It was a used pack. It was going for $300, and I immediately called Gary. I was like, "Hey, this looks real. Is this real?" He's like, "Is it this?" I'm like, "It is all that." He's like, "Those are the real ones." That's all she wrote.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I will say, as we butt in, I had version 3 bootlegs after I got rid of my OGs, like the actual 08 ones. I had the V3 bootlegs, and then someone in the party wagon was selling all 4 V1 bootlegs for like $60, and they knew they were V1. And for those who don't know, V1 is identical to the OG with the exception of the breastplate not being flexible.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to V3, you essentially end up getting a very dark forest green and like bad mold cuts on them. Same articulation, same kind of quality. They look like bootlegs. That's why I went with a V1. So on my shelf, they look 100% authentic, and I don't have the urge to go reacquire my 08s.
You guys are talking about the original Mirage version of the NECA Turtles, right?
Yeah,
That's what you're talking about? Yeah.
The ones that came in the clamshell and the tubes. Everybody's getting up right now for the listeners. Everybody's leaving.
Yeah, I have. I got one of the Mondos, which was kind of like a giant version of that.
Yeah,
but it
I've
was
got those right there.
Those are awesome. Like, can't see it. Oh, there you go. Okay.
There it is.
Yep, that looks great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
You
are
got a
awesome.
like lime green to them, a lime powdered green, and that's what makes them look great.
Oh, look at you got them repainted That's fantastic.
So yeah, this was the knockoff one, and then this is one I repainted, and I love it. Yeah, I just think it looks so good. That lime green just pops so well. So I'm gonna do. I want to do a whole bunch of customs. Like I actually have the new Mirage set that I was gonna do, and I was talking to Oscar, who's an amazing custom painter, and I was like, should I do the Playmates colors or the black and white? And then my indecision has led to it being on the shelf for like a year now.
I'm excited to see these Mezco ones come out, and I like that they're all the same color. I missed the pre-sale, so I'm going to try to get in on it afterwards. But the whole idea that they come with like cloth goods and all that, I think if that had been released, that would have been my number one.
It says that they just got pushed back to February to April. So that's fun.
You can pre-order them still. I think Entertainment Earth just put their pre-orders back up for a tentative August release date, but they are up there.
I love those guys for some things, like for deals and all that, but they have burned me so often on release dates and things like that. The shipping's not so bad, but it's like if you pre-order something and then you find it on the shelf and it's like they're telling you it's still not available, and I'm like 2 months after this has been on the shelf. Yeah, I'm like, I pre-ordered like the Age of Apocalypse line, and I'm like, why am I still waiting for this? You know?
Yeah, I know some behind the scenes stuff about Entertainment Earth, and if I was to be that guy, it's one of the companies I don't recommend ever buying your stuff from.
I like when they have deals, and sometimes they have stuff nobody else has, but
yeah,
I don't.
They are the Donald Trump of toy companies.
Jeez,
they will do whatever they can to stay in business and ruin other businesses. That's all I'll say.
What about BBTS then? Big Bad Toy Story.
They're fine. They just overcharge everything. I've been buying from them since like 2007. They put a premium on everything, but you can't.
Yeah, it's like you're guaranteed to get it, but you gotta pay more.
Yeah, and you got that $4 flat rate, which is nice. I always want to tell everybody to support smaller businesses, like Toy Stalker, The Last Toy Store, stuff like that. Because they're smaller, they're more personable, and their prices are good. Like I'm getting, so everybody know, like for people that don't know, I'm getting the new Universal Monsters Leonardo next week from them. The Creature of the Black Lagoon next week coming. So awesome. Not that one, but Leonardo.
I know. I love this one. I love this figure.
That is a great figure. That the NECA Universal Monsters. Yeah, that's fantastic. I just watched that movie for the first time this year, and what an amazing film.
It holds up surprisingly.
It really does. The underwater scenes and all that are just beautifully shot. It just looks great.
Yeah, I have to make sure that I have every of the horror NECA line too, but I have to make sure especially that I have the counterpart to the Ninja Turtle ones too. Like I put them next to each other because I love it so much.
You think they're going to come out with a regular Hunchback then?
I hope so. I would love that.
Due time. Randy loves that shit.
Good.
I was a big fan of the Misfits Crimson Ghost that they had. That was really good, and I like some of the rock stuff that they're coming out with. You know, it's like salad days right now. You know, like we only dreamed about these when we were younger. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Brandon, I know we had some crossovers. Do you have? I think we crossed on 2.
I'm panicking because I picked way too many toys. I'm just gonna cheat my ass off. So I'm.
Well, go ahead. I mean,
I'm pretty sure this was this year, but the Secret of the Ooze figures are just by far. I love the Secret of the Ooze. I know that the movie was nerfed from what it was originally going to be, but like the characters' faces are just the perfect blend of the realistic, but also the cartoon. And it's like, while the first movie is untouchable, the second movie, I just love the character design so much, and the huge bandanas and the nunchuck pouches. I can't get over just how much I love the Secret of the Ooze line so much. So the turtles are beautiful.
Justin, this is the time, man. This is the time right now.
Look, man, I got out of things. I got out of Transformers because I wasn't going to spend money on it, and then look what I did, and I bought this damn thing. I've got this Soundwave head, which is like the size of my actual head, then some.
Justin,
The movie Turtles are just, it's just one.
Secret of the Ooze are great. I got 3. I bought 3 sets.
3 sets of
Secret of the Ooze.
Secret of the Ooze, yeah. For the record,
I've
that is
never
my
had it.
favorite. That's my favorite of the movies. Just always
Same.
has been since I was a kid.
Same.
I know a lot of people shit on it, but it's like, look, it was my favorite from when I was a kid. What are you gonna do? Like, you can't argue that like the first one's better cinema. You're right. It's shot better. Everything's great. But I love the interpersonal reactions and the brotherhood and all of the scenes and stuff. It's just a fun movie. I really liked it.
It's
Kino, man.
yeah, it's
Who do you want to be
it's
Kino?
so good.
Yeah.
And April, I like both Aprils, but I for some reason like I like the Secret of the April better, and I don't know why, but sorry, that's blasphemy.
I've said it on the Party Wagon podcast a few times. The reason Secret of the Ooze is special to me is because I didn't own it as a kid, so it was always that elusive turtle movie. I owned the first one, and I owned the Coming Out of the Shells tour. So those are the ones I grew up with that I cherished the most. But it was always one of those things where like, oh, Secret of the Ooze is on TV. Like, I can't wait to watch it because I didn't get to watch it whenever I wanted. I didn't have it. So,
Gary, what's your favorite track from Coming Out of Your Shells?
Skipping Stones.
I knew you were going to say Skipping Stones.
From Splinter.
Yeah.
It's a given.
I love it.
Obviously, Skipping
That's
Stones.
a banger. That was Nickelback before Nickelback.
Yeah. That's how you remind me. Yes.
Look at this photograph. So I
Guy's a rock star. Oh,
I'm gonna. So again, I said I'm cheating a lot, but these are not turtles at all. But the Tyrannosaurus, the T-Rex Megazord, and the Dragon Zord from Super 7.
Very nice.
I love these, and I'm trying my best not to go into another toy line, but I am going with the Zords. So I have the actual Dino Megazord coming. I think it just said it started shipping, but the Tyrannosaurus and the Dragon Zord are just super cool, and I love the rockets launching out of here, and they scale with my kids' Godzilla figures from NECA pretty well. And since he is a turd and is over Godzilla now, I'm just gonna steal those Godzilla figures and make a giant display.
Did you get the Power Ranger crossover figures at all? Like, did you get those?
Yeah, of course I did. Those are amazing. And I'm did I review it?
You reviewed it, almost positive.
Yeah, I did. And then I went back and I repainted all the eyes because they had the classic collection syndrome where the eyes were just dirty looking. So I painted the whites in the eyes, and they just are phenomenal. And I love that you can make them hold the helmets in their hand, and even though it's not like the same head size, it's still cool. And but yeah, I love those a lot.
Helmets too.
Yeah, I do like them. I'm mostly a turtle collector, so I do have one shelf on my turtle shelf that is the Power Rangers, but I have the Turtle Power Rangers fighting the Hasbro Lightning Collection bad guys.
Oh, wow.
So I have the pig, I have the vine guy, the eyeball. But yeah. So that was 2. And again, I'm cheating again. Sorry. So I'm going to use this as one wave. But these are my favorites out of the wave that just cap in with Super 7. But the Space Cadet Raph and the Genghis Frog are so beautiful. I love this so much. And I love the liberties they take with the alternate heads for the characters. Like, this tongue that's coming out of Genghis Frog is just amazing. And then I also...
tongue.
Huh?
That is like some Spider-Man Venom tongue.
Yeah, it is. And then the alternate head for Raphael has this amazing, just like, I love the alternate head has like a robot head or something like that. But the fish dome is just perfect. It like has the perfect amount of refraction, and just looking at how like they recreated the original sticker on his chest. I just think this is such a great figure.
That's fantastic.
And I love it. Like, I had a strong opinion of Super 7 releasing all these variant turtles already when they first started doing that, and I was like, we don't even have Rat King yet, and I was so mad. But now that I have stopped being an old curmudgeon, and opening up my wallets, I am all in on the variant characters, and I just think it's so great. But yeah, this character is just so good. That tongue is epic. So
Their
I like that they
Ultimates
changed the
line
color
is
on
so
them,
good.
by the way. I want
Yeah.
to say that. The shorts that are red or orangish red, and then the wristband, they used to be pink on the old one. They changed them on this one to have a better uniform of the color.
Yeah.
It looks so cool, man.
But yeah, I think it's such a great figure. Such a great figure.
I wish their stuff would come out quicker. I don't know what the deal is, but I feel like we've been waiting for Sergeant Bananas for like 2 years, and
Yeah.
I remember waiting for my Sewer Samurai Leo for what felt like 2 years. But when I got it, I was one of the lucky ones that didn't get the loose hip joints. Thank God.
Yeah, mine's there too.
Gorgeous.
I got the redundancy factory one.
And while we're talking,
I said redundancy factory. Whenever you're making figures, you've got one main line, and then you have a redundancy factory that makes the rest of them almost like for whatever the main factory can't pick up, and that's when you run into issues. And I got the redundancy one.
Oh,
it was a bad factory. It was the factory that didn't work. And I will say that with what Brandon is saying, how they're so good with the new line, their current stuff is they've refined everything. The factories are even better than ever, and the Super 7 bullshit is gone. So
good.
And so that's why there's such a delay on like Gorilla, Sergeant Bananas, and Slam Dunk and Donnie and all those, is because they put the extra work into them.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
And it's so weird because when I was looking up to see which ones came out in my emails, like to make sure it was this year, all the things I was looking at, this is actually Wave 8 and Wave 7 hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like I didn't realize that because Wave 7 is Punk Dawn and Triceraton and a few other things, and it came out before that.
And they haven't even shown off painted samples, finals.
Exactly.
Only prototyped hard copies.
So I think I have like one Super 7 figure, and that's the Surfin' Mike. And I really like that figure. But like the Punker Don, the Rapper Mike, that like samurai looking, I don't know, is he a Ronin Leo? I don't know. Like
Samurai Leo, yep.
Like they look really cool. What Gary's telling me excites me. And so my favorite, even though like the 87 series is like the most nostalgic, and I just associate myself with that one. But my favorite series is the 03 series. And I am so freaking
they're coming out,
for that line.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
They're by the way, is amazing from Super 7. Their Mondo Gecko is so good. And that's one of my all-time favorites that I've gotten from them, and they're just really cool. And the different head that they have for it, the fact that it's like you put it next to the Neko and you're like, oh, okay. And you're like, but this one looks like the toy, but also they did all this other stuff, and it's super detailed.
Yeah.
It sits on the skateboard. Oh man, it's just great.
Yeah, and I'm excited for the Archie Mondos coming out from NECA. That looks really good too.
So awesome.
I'll admit that my Super 7 Mondo's in the back of my display. It's one of my least favorites.
Oh wow.
I'm a big Mondo Gecko guy. I actually, we were talking about Aaron Hazari earlier. You guys, I don't think you can see it, but I got to tilt up here. I have a piece from him that he does a print of it. It's the Mighty Mutanimals up there. I'll show you a picture later. And they're all in a rock band and they're playing music, so everybody's in it. Mondo's singing. You get Dreadman. You got April's there in fishnet stockings and such. So it's pretty cool. So I've got the OA on that.
So awesome, man.
That's my big thing. Is the Archie Turtles were my number one and still are.
Gary, you're up, I think.
Are we doing number ones last?
No. Yeah, number one's last.
I want to make sure.
You're doing 2, 3, 4.
So now we're just going to kind of keep the conversation going, because that was on my list next. Was the Super 7 Raphael. Huge shout out to my buddy Kyle, who designs all these. He is absolutely crushing it with his imagination. One of my favorite things about this Raphael that Brandon didn't mention is that they went as far as to doing a flip-up communicator, which has Fugitoid. You're not going to be able to see it. And if you're listening, you're not going to be able to see it either, but he's got Fugitoid on the inside wrist. And it's kind of like, it's very tight. So like it kind of snaps back, which is awesome. The Space Cadet Raph was my favorite Raphael growing up, and being a huge Raphael fan, This was my number one most wanted figure, and I'm so happy they did not screw it up. I'm so happy that it's a solid figure. There's no issue. So
Did you get the reaction figure of that one too?
I didn't. You know what's funny is I wasn't going to, and now that I have the original complete, I've got the Playmates, and now I've got this one. I want to get the reaction one. So he's kind of on the list. I'm gonna
Some
end
of
up.
those are a lot better. Like when you see him and you're like, it's not that great. But like I got the Sewer Surfing Mikey reaction figure, and it's like I love that figure. It's
Yeah.
really like it just sits there, and I'm not the biggest Mikey guy, not like Brandon is, but that is like one of my all-time favorite Playmates figures.
Yeah, it's really nice. And as this has nothing to do with my opinion, but I'm now a Super 7 affiliate, so they sent me the new wave of Wave 2 of the cartoon line with the undercover Raphael and Rocksteady stuff. They just look great. I know a lot of people have
I'd love to
problems
see
with the
those. Yeah.
Yeah, so people have problems with the pricing of $20, but I totally understand. But as a collector's piece, I think they're beautiful. And they're just getting better, in my opinion. So I really like them.
They are. I mean, the Napoleon Bonafrog that they had looked great.
Yeah,
And I'm like, wow, that's a very worthy figure. And their slash was amazing.
yeah. Very fun fact, in case you didn't know, the artist that does all those card arts is a friend of ours, a Bolair's Turbo Pork, and he does all of our designs too, all of our drawing.
The card art is worth buying. It's worth the figure alone. Like the card art.
He does a lot of our stuff. He's working out some stuff for us right now. So Turbo Pork's a good guy. Yeah.
Hey, so while you're talking about the Space Cadet Rastil, I was trying to find the original figure. And I don't know if you have the accessories with you right now. I think I have it somewhere, but on the back of the original figure, there's a green alien sticking by, and they actually made it a little sidekick character in the Super 7 line. So I think that's just something cool to note.
Yeah, I didn't grab him, but you're 100%. He's got a little.
I think I actually have it literally in this pack right here, in this cup right here, because I unboxed all my stuff and I just threw the accessories in here until I could properly sort them.
You're talking about most anticipated figures. I am hoping that we get a walkabout. The Outback kangaroo with Kid Kangi. That would be one of the ultimate ones for me from the original line.
Yes, I would love to have that. That's a great figure. I will cheat a little bit because that's not cheap, but there's one that's not on the desk as number 3. Jay had brought it up. Thank you, Jay. It's the one that he bought, Sewer Surfing Michelangelo.
Yeah.
That was the brought back the faith in Super 7 figure for me. The best figure they've done to date.
I would agree with you.
There it is.
I mean, just lost it. But yeah, I got him right here. He's fantastic. I wish they had a head that just had the glasses on it permanently.
Yeah.
So they just fell, but
Yeah. I'm gonna just change my number 1 because this was my number 1.
This was my number 1.
We're all talking about it, so it's just it's
Yeah.
gorgeous. I love it. It sums up like my love for Michelangelo. I just like the little sharks that you kind of saw in the original figure that were just painted the same color as his skin, and the little octopus on his flipper. Like the detail on this is so good.
Yeah,
I'm glad that this is what brought you back, Gary, because
I got this.
so
that
good.
was my Halloween costume.
do?
Sewer Surfing Mikey was my Halloween costume.
That's amazing.
I'm pretty sure the exact words to Jay were when he was interested is if you don't buy. I told him if you don't buy that, you're done. It's the best one they've ever made.
Yeah,
I agree.
Perfect. And the reason he's my number 3 over Raphael, which is my favorite Playmates, is because the Raphael had one flaw, and that those fucking goggles that they come with like the mouthpiece doesn't fit on his head. They made them too small. They didn't make them stretchable. And
what are you talking about?
So Raphael with this head sculpt right here, the standard head sculpt, he's got an extra piece.
Oh,
red headset and whatever. That's on the original figure. They made it an accessory. It's too small. You have to heat it up to actually bend it. It's not malleable. It's a big issue with the figure. So that's why that beat it out. So that was that number, was that 4-3? Now we're on number 2.
May as well just keep going at this point. Like we're like, what else, man? It's
I only have one number 1, but I'll let you guys finish.
Yeah. Is that what it is? I'm on number 2. Yeah. So number 2, I just recently got is not a Ninja Turtles figure, but this is one of the best figures I've ever received in my entire goddamn life.
Wow.
This is Star Studios tan orc with gift set. The gift set is how they get away from the World of Warcraft licensing. This is one of those Japanese toys or Chinese toys, I think, where they just kind of work on the licenses. This is one of the best figures I've ever gotten. I got this from 5K Toys recently. This is
Wow.
I think Gramash Hellscream in tan instead of green. But the reason I bring them up is it's just like the premium DNA where the joints are absolutely buttery smooth. They are incredible. And the posability on this figure is incredible. I just love taking photos of him already. He is my number 2 for the year. And I encourage everybody to get them. And they scale pretty well with turtles. I'll tell you that much. They're orcs, so they're supposed to be a little bigger. And as we scale them with something like a Super 7, which is already bigger as it is, they look pretty cool.
Did anybody pick up that? It wasn't a Leonardo, but it was like a turtle samurai figure. I think it came out last year.
5K Toys.
Yeah.
Was that 5K Toys? Yeah.
He would have been on my list, but I couldn't remember if he came out this year or last. I thought it was like
I was just gonna go get him too. Yeah, I was just gonna go get him.
Yeah, he would have been on the list if he was this year. If I knew he was this year.
The Don was supposed to come out this year, but never came out, right?
Don and Splinter.
Yeah.
They're still on there's Don, Splinter, and then there's Anusagi.
Oh,
a cool thing about the Donatello was that when they showed it off, it was like way taller than Leonardo, and they actually had a fan vote. They put it out to like vote, like, do you like the taller one or the smaller one? And I don't know where they landed with that, but that was pretty cool that they asked for the fan feedback for that.
They landed with taller.
Good. I think that was really cool to have different sizes.
And that's going to make Raphael even bigger now. Because he's a tank. They showed a silhouette. He's a tank.
Gary, did you know this opened up on this?
Yeah, brought it up when you walked away.
Oh, cool.
It's got a Fugitoid in there.
Oh, I see a Fugitoid in there. That's awesome.
look at that! You're experiencing all kinds of new things on this show. So
I'm Internet Explorer today. I'm good.
So
Justin,
if I'm up, I'm gonna go with my next 2, which are going to be Jaguar and Dreadman. Such important figures for me because they never came out in the original line. You definitely seen that they came out with some custom versions. I think DeFoot Toys had them, and they look great, like those. And they're awesome. But I mean, these official ones, Dreadman has interchangeable eyes instead of like taking the whole head off and all that. Really innovative the way they did it. The mouth opens. Jaguar's got 2 different faces, and I needed these figures for my collection because I needed the Mighty Mutanimals. That was my team. So those 2 are on there. That's my 3 and my number 2. And I mean, I already said what my number 1 was, but that's fine. Yeah.
All right, my number 1. This stuff is like super personal. So I'm a war child. I'm an immigrant from Bosnia. We came here in '93 because of the war. And I had to leave like all of my toys behind. I didn't have a lot of stuff. I had like Turtles, He-Man. I had all four Turtles. I had a He-Man. And when we moved here, I think my aunt got me a turtle. And it was one of those, they looked really goofy. It was based on I think it was Playmates, super goofy. And they could like stick their tongues out. Do you guys know which ones I'm talking about? Anyway.
The Toon Turtles. Oh, that was a Toon Turtle Michelangelo?
Yeah. Michelangelo spit his tongue out, yeah.
He could like stick his tongue out. And so my cousin, who's like essentially my brother, my best friend. So him and I obviously just, we loved the Turtles growing up and we always wanted the fucking turtle van. And we never had any edition of the van. So we did what most kids do, and we made it out of a shoebox. We put on it, we pushed it, and it was a memory. When I freaking got that van, I really got emotional. That is my number 1 thing. All these complaints, the doors, this doesn't close, that van is absolutely perfect in my eyes.
It looks great.
Ultimately, it's a toy, guys. Like, come on. I'm sure the gas mileage sucks on it too. Like, I'm sure someone, that's the only things no one has complained about. But it is my absolute number 1. And
Brandon
I
has
don't
one
know.
right now. He's showing us the
Brandon
back
showed it
opens.
off. I know he's saying it, but check this out. Brandon's got it in his hands where it opens up on the top hatch. You know that those green octagons pop off, and they're going to be releasing accessories later on that clip onto the top of the turtle man.
That's
Sick.
awesome.
Sick.
It's good that they're doing that sort of support thing. I know McFarlane's always done that, and they're doing that with like the Spawn line. But I've always thought that was such a great thing, like that first movie set when they released. Oh, this one comes with Mikey with the fingertip nunchuck and like a bag of pork rinds. Like,
Mhm.
it's a genius way to do stuff.
Yeah,
More of
that
that.
was my number one. And you guys cheated a little bit of alternate. So just some fun stuff. The Into the Spider-Verse line from Sentinel is absolute. Like, those are the most incredible toys I've ever seen. From the likeness to the to how smooth they are absolutely gorgeous.
From Sentinel I'm not familiar with that. I only know the Hasbro ones.
No, these things
Very
are.
high. Sentinel are like the best. They have all the proper.
Whoa!
They have
Bro,
all the proper articulation.
You have no idea how good this is.
Wow.
Like,
I
he
had the
comes with-
Mayfex ones, but that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
No. Yeah, that's nothing compared to this. I do have I just started collecting the comic Mayfex Spider-Man. I think I have them all now. But that's like, and then like the Gargoyles NECA line is, I'm also like into that. Thank you, Gary, for the Lexington. But look at the Sentinel Peter B. Parker. There's so many accessories, interchangeable parts. The Miles Morales and the Gwen, they are absolutely stunning figures.
Wow.
From how they look to how they move. Like, they're so good, they should be illegal. Like, that's how good they are.
And Jay, don't their individual eyes pop off to do different eye expressions, or is that a different one?
No, that's got to be something different.
That might be Mayfex.
Wow.
What are you
Yeah,
showing?
And it has Peter Parker and Peter B. Parker's heads on it too,
Yes,
so you can.
correct.
Oh my god, that's crazy!
Yeah. Does that one have?
Wow.
Correct.
Does that one has a swappable torso, right? Where it can get the fat.
Yeah.
You can do fat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, I don't
It-
have any money. Come
It's so
on,
good,
why would
man.
you do this to me?
It's so good. It's so good. Like the amount
They're
of
$100 a piece.
they're so good, man.
This is what I love about
Brandon?
talking to other collectors. Yeah.
They are-
no. Oh,
like,
no.
Oh, is that
not out
Noir?
yet.
Yeah.
That's not
Noir.
out yet. Look at Gwen, Brandon. Look at Gwen.
I don't want to. Oh my
He
god.
is-
Guys, I spent money on the Hot Toys Loki, President Loki, and got that this year from Sideshow. It was like $265. It was insane. And it's hard not to think of it as kind of like a giant Barbie doll. But yeah, I mean, the articulation on it, not great, but the detail is phenomenal.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's great.
So someone, I don't know who made these cloth
I
goods,
messed
but
up.
I actually got it as a gift from Jonathan from Nostalgia Unboxed. He sent me this just to put like cloth goods on them, and they are. I haven't opened Gwen yet. It was a birthday gift from my friends, and the only reason why I haven't opened, because I hate opening up way too many like toys, and then that like new toy syndrome hits where it's like, oh, this is the cool toy, and then you just forget about the stuff that's like here. So I'm just slowing down.
I had the Mayfex and they're nice, but now I hate them.
Yeah.
Brandon, I'm so
look
sorry.
really
You
good.
actually should hate them.
Justin, I just want to say that the only Sideshow thing I have was a gift from Sideshow to us, and it is the
Yeah.
child.
Oh,
Because
Only
nobody wanted to
Sideshow
buy
I've
him.
got.
I
had a
reviewed
friend
that.
that
My
bought
buddy gave it to me to review.
Did
That's
he?
a great figure.
Yeah, they sent
The
that.
head
to
is
us.
great, but it's kind of like a sack of potatoes, like in there. Like,
Yeah, he's got the little magnet that holds on to the ball.
oh, that's different than the one my friend had. It
Yeah,
looked like.
it's just got the little ball and it's got a tiny magnet. It's super strong, but it just goes right into his hand.
I'll show
For
you
an
guys
in-depth
this.
review with low
I got this
quality
last
from
year,
2 years
though.
ago. Check out my review of that.
I got that one.
Yo, I love. I
I
love that.
passed on that, and I have regrets.
I didn't pass on it. I couldn't afford it.
Yeah, that's why I don't have Mayfex figures, and that's why I don't have it, because I only bought that. There's another one coming out where he's on the motorcycle.
I saw
So,
that. Yeah, I
it
can't.
is, guys. This is 3.5 feet tall.
Yeah,
Trust me, it showed up the day before my wedding, and my wife was like, "What the hell?" It came in two 40-pound boxes. So just buyer beware.
I
Wow.
I feel that. I can't. I mean, I could buy it. I can't.
Gary, you shouldn't, because where are you going to put it? You're going to have to take everything off your
I-
shelves and all that. It
I have
weighs 80 pounds.
literally no room
Yeah.
anywhere. Like even the floor. I've got dioramas galore. There's nothing. Even my office at work has been getting the brunt of my collection, and I just have
Wow.
no room.
Yeah, I'm just going after original art these days. So damn.
Yeah,
These are
I'm doing something similar too.
these are great. These are great choices. Brandon, do you have another choice besides your number one that maybe is from a different line, like Jay was doing?
Yeah. Give me a second. Just skip me and
Yeah,
go to
no
Gary real
worries.
quick.
Gary, how about yourself? Did we get to your number one?
No, Jay knows my number one is.
Oh, you bastard!
I showed it at the
Is
beginning
it
of the
me?
episode.
Oh,
It
We,
is
we
the
should
last
have
Ronin Raphael.
Beautiful,
That's
beautiful,
gorgeous.
beautiful.
And
hey,
I'm so
is there blood on it, or did you paint over it, or is
No,
there one that
there's
doesn't
no
have blood on it?
This is the standard one.
Nice.
The one that I saw has blood on both heads.
Yeah, that's First of Fall. That's another release. This is the regular release that's coming out in a few weeks. And then there's First of Fall Raph, which just got
Okay.
put up on the NECA store for pre-order.
I was super excited by this.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I thought it
Um,
was the same figure, and I pre-ordered it twice to see which one came out first, but it's two different figures.
Two different
Okay,
figures. Yeah, this one comes out in a couple weeks. The other one comes out in March. So I have had this Raphael for a while. I'm a big Last Ronin fan. I've got 23 Last Ronin figures of Michelangelo, two
You
of which
gave
are
one to
sitting on my
Ben.
desk right now.
Yep.
There's the bloody one. But I've got 23 Last Ronin figures.
man.
So I love Last Ronin, but Raphael's my favorite. I'm so glad they did him first because he's first to fall. And it is, I said it in my review yesterday, it is the evolution of NECA learning what to do and what not to do with figures and getting the quality and the plastics right.
Nice.
This, if you, one of the best things I like about this, which is the craziest thing for our audio viewers, they're going to hear it, is ratcheted legs.
Oh,
Wow.
so he can crouch and kneel.
He's got ratcheted legs. Yeah, so you're not going to worry about his legs getting loose or falling or any of that. They've got incredible range on him for being such a chunky boy. I love it. And he looks good. He's painted well. The best figures that come out before him were those Jim Lawson turtles, those 4-pack turtles. They were just so well done. This is like a 2.0 of those. So I just absolutely am head over heels for this this Raphael. I was almost said last of fall, but it's First of Fall, but it's not that either. It's the Last Ronin Raph. So huge fan of this. I can't like stop talking about it. I love this.
I love that.
I was excited when I saw your picture. I actually shared your picture in a group. I got cast in a fan project. We actually interviewed these guys not too long ago, TMNT Decennium.
Decennium, yeah.
I got cast as First of Fall Raph. So I get to be them when the episode comes out. I'm doing a couple character voices, and that was the main one that they chose me for. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, Jay will tell you some behind the scenes. All the photos I took in June, and I've had the biggest creative slump of taking toy photos for 6 months now because I was so proud of those shots that in my mind anything I took couldn't measure up to them. And I just feel like most of my shots have just kind of been dog shit. So I've got more, but the only problem is there's other unreleased figures in the other photos and I can't show them. So I gotta wait.
do you so just can you blink if you have Mondo Gecko ones?
Oh no, I will. He was, when we saw him at San Diego Comic-Con, that was a painted resin statue.
Oh, so he okay. All right.
That wasn't a figure. That was a resin. Same with Belly Bomb.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
I mean, there's
those
not much you
are
can
way
do with
down.
Belly Bomb anyway. So I
Yeah.
mean, I'm glad that it exists, but it's one of those things where it's like that's a deep cut, you know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I knew he was coming because I knew that because Trevor had bought the Foot Toys Belly Bomb and he was really excited about it, and I was like, "There's got to be one coming now," because if he likes Belly Bomb that much, now we're getting him.
Yeah, I
So, as
bought.
someone who never, as someone who never saw the Archie line before, the Belly Bomb, I'm looking it up right now. It looks like it could be like a real Ghostbusters ghost from the
Yeah.
old
Yeah,
TV show.
exactly.
It's really
Or like
funny.
a Power Rangers villain or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or the Toxic Crusaders. It fits into so many different
Mm-hmm.
genres, in my opinion. He's cool.
And I forgot they made a 2012 version of that too. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Wow.
It's a cool figure.
It's
So I'm excited.
interesting too if anybody is reading the IDW series to see how they incorporate in the characters from the Archie series, and a lot of this you really got to credit Tom Waltz and Sophie Campbell for bringing those characters in, and we have like these sort of things where it's like, oh, are we ever going to get Cuddly the Cowlick? And it's like that's the one thing that they came out with a design for, but they never got a figure for. That's what I'm hoping that we get from NECA someday.
Armageddon game, baby. I'm
Yeah.
still waiting to read it. I haven't. I'm reading the Gargoyle stuff, which is great. Obviously, the 87 Saturday morning stuff.
Saturday
that's my
morning
jam.
is so good. Oh my
I got
god.
all that stuff. I've yet to read any of
I
it.
need to read
It's
that.
so much fun. It's
I
so
need to
much
read
fun.
We have had most of those folks on the show. Shout out to Eric Burnham, the writer. We had Pharaoh Pay, who was on, doing the art for Armageddon game. Hopefully we'll get Sarah Meyer on soon and Tim Laddie. But
Oh, a cool story. Cool Sarah story. So I met her at C2E2 this year. This was my first Comic-Con. And I
Nice.
followed her. She was like super nice. Hey, come say hi. So she signed this. She did this like piece that got rejected as like a cover, like a alternate cover. And I'm like, this would make it awesome. So I did like a toy photo and I did like a tribute to her. So I essentially recreated her art in like toy photo, and she absolutely loved it.
she's great. She just released a book called Monstrous, which is I think everybody should read this book. It does cross over with Ninja Turtles. Talks about her growing up and being a fan of that and like Sailor Moon and Neon Genesis, Evangelion, all of that. It's a fantastic read. It's called Monstrous, a transracial adoption story, and it's a graphic novel that's all autobiographical. So I can't say enough nice things about it.
She's nice, man.
Yeah.
Super nice.
That's great. That's a great number one. Gary, your number one is awesome, and we're all jealous.
Yeah.
What do you got, Brandon?
So since my number one was Sewer Surfing Michelangelo, I haven't opened this one yet. I'm gonna do a whole series in one video for this, but
It's Ice Cube the Whale. Yeah.
yeah. I had never seen this, and it was a crime that I'd never seen it. But one of my favorite types of movies is horror. I just love horror, so of course I'm in on horror figures. Love it. But I'd never seen this movie until last year when it was like the 40th anniversary of it. But when this came on sale, I almost bought two. But this is the dog from The Thing.
That's a big box.
Thing.
That's a big box.
Yeah.
This I cannot throw this box away. This art is fantastic. You open it up and you see the figure, and there's so many different variations of the transformation in this. You have the cute little puppy dog, then you have the head splits open, and then you have the legs come out, and you have the jump. This thing is incredible, and I can't wait to just dive into it. But this is one of my favorite horror movies of all time, and I had never seen it until just recently. And I showed my wife also, and she loved it. It is such a good movie, and this figure is just epic and gross. And
yeah,
I
horror.
love it. So I can't wait to open this up.
Can I interject? First things first. Yeah. That was $50, right?
I think so, yeah.
That tells you how much is in that package, because that dog is just kind of a slug figure. for the most part.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
the Razar from the accessory.
Yeah.
He doesn't do much. That tells you how much comes in there value wise. The second thing is I randomly was watching a video about The Thing for those who have not caught on that we're talking about The Thing yet, and people forget that there's a remake of it in like the early 2010s. So the reason, if you haven't watched The Thing, the original from the 80s, the reason The Thing is so good, it's before Hollywood got into that weird rut where you know who each character is. You can already predict what their character arc is based on their personality. With The Thing, they didn't do that. They were all like no-name actors. No one had a persona that would. So you still, like, to this day, no one really knows who The Thing was. Like, it's like that part of like the whole mystery of it. But when they remade it in like 2011, you knew immediately, like, who the characters were. Like, this person's meant to do this. This person's going to be the underdog. Like that nonsense. That's why The Thing, still from the 1980s, holds up so well today as a perfect take on a horror genre.
Well, and
Yeah,
Wilford
and I,
Brimley.
yeah. And I don't want to go. I don't want to go too much like making this a thing podcast, but some of my favorite things to analyze, like when I watched YouTube videos that are analyzing movies, my favorite thing is like to analyze like how the alien spread across different characters and like where it started and who gave it to who. And then I also love when they dissect Scream, like which killer is which in movies, and I just think that's so cool. Like it's like Scream and The Thing, I think, are like some of the smartest movies because of just the thought and like the mystery that are involved with it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, that is a great movie. You know, there's an original version of The Thing from, I want to say,
from outer space.
Yeah, there's that
the
one.
40s or something.
Yeah, and the book, you know, that it was based on, I think, came out in the 1920s. So it's just one of those things where it's like, wow, things. There you go. Yeah, no, that's a great series, and they just released another one, and it's him in a bomber jacket.
Yep.
Yeah, no, they're doing great on that line. Absolutely. I don't collect the horror stuff, but that's fantastic. Oh yeah, there he is.
And he's frozen to death too in this one. It's great.
Good pick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks.
So I noticed there's a couple missing. Like one of the ones that I'm still looking for, nobody talked about, and I saw Gary's review of it, was the Space Usagi. So nobody's list had Space Usagi.
He almost made it, but I figured it would have been too cliche for me to throw last year's like favorite figure into this year's favorite figure as well in a new iteration.
Well, we'll just, you know what, Justin, have us on next year, and I'll pick the 4-pack.
Okay, yeah. I'm actually going to skip the 4-pack because I already have 2 Usagis, and I love Usagi very much, but I don't need 4 of them. You know, I'm just going to hold out for
I passed on that. I passed on that. Sorry to go back to the thing, but this packaging, it's frozen. That's so cool. Wow. There's paint on the plastic. So cool. God.
Yeah, NECA's packaging is so great. Like that's one thing I like over the Super 7. Super 7's fun, but theirs is creative. Like you're saying with the frost design on it, those gargoyles boxes, man. It's like having a fine leather-bound book on your shelf, you know.
Just so everybody knows, I have 8 Usagi figures already.
8
I thought you were like telling your dog to calm down or something.
No, I was counting. I was looking around my display. I got 2 of the new Space Usagis. I got 3 of the original Usagis. I got a black and white Usagi. I got 2 of the black and white Usagis, and then I got the black and white Space Usagi.
Maniac.
Yeah, I got the 4-pack. $100 for the black and white Space Usagi. I couldn't do that. You know, even if Stan Sakai signed it, that's great. But
it's on AliExpress for $30.
Are you serious? Okay, all right. Thank you very much. So yeah, we don't.
Can we take a second to just appreciate like how great a time it is to be a turtle fan and a toy fan? Period.
Absolutely.
Like I cannot stress the importance of like the nerds growing up to become toy creators and designers, and then us like just it's just like I'm looking at this. And I could probably put my kid through college if I sold all this. And I'm like, but I'm not going to. Like he can learn a trade. I don't need him to go to college. Like these are amazing. It's amazing. Like, And if I would have told you like that the movie 3 turtle figures that we had in the 90s would evolve into the crazy thing we have today, I wouldn't believe you. It's just
insane.
Right.
Could you guys see getting rid of all except for like one figure? Like, who would be that one figure?
I mean, I told you about it.
It would be the Mikey, Stuart Surfing Mikey. Yeah,
Mine would be the Holothon Raphael, the style guide colorway of Raphael.
Okay.
It would probably be this 87 Don. Just the way that these guys look it's just so unfair.
They're right off the screen. Looking at that, like right now, with like the degradation of the video quality and stuff.
I mean, so
they are right off the screen. Their posability, their feature, they're so good.
Like Brandon, what you said. Like, look at this stupid Vernon figure. Like,
I know.
I love this stupid figure so much.
Oh, April.
No.
Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Vernon and Byrne have like they just remind me of like Jerry Seinfeld and George. Like, I'm gonna do a shot, and I'm gonna do like Irma as like Elaine. Like this is like it's just baking in the background.
Oh my god, wow. I love that. Wow, I love that a lot.
Holy
so Gary made Vernon as a Ninja Turtle. That's insane.
Is that so stupid?
It's amazing.
He's got the shield that's so stupid.
It's incredible.
It's
incredible.
And then he's got the Fortnite like sticky bomb, but like
I was gonna ask that's what it was.
I put like a nunchuck on it, so it's almost like a ball and chain. It's like a flail.
But like,
and then speaking of Fortnite, the Turtles are in Fortnite now. Oh my god,
I don't even know how that's gonna work. Like they're gonna be walking around killing people.
Yeah, yeah. They're new designs too. They look amazing.
Yeah. No, they do look great. Yeah, absolutely.
Can we talk about before we go? Because I know we're running long too, but can we talk about like your most anticipated figure coming up?
Let's let Jay go first because he's got to leave here very soon.
I got 2 minutes. It is. So let me say Giant Krang and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Last Ronin. I freaking cannot wait.
Yeah, Justin, what yours?
Good choice.
I'm gonna go Last Ronin, Leo, and Mondo Gecko. And honestly, that Baxter Stockman and Kirby, I'm really looking forward to those. I have seen the Leatherhead, cool, but I mean, I'm really a Baxter Stockman guy. So
yeah, I love that a lot. Gary, what do you got? Oh my god!
I hate you so much.
Get out of here! No, you can't use that. You can't use stuff that you have already. Like it's out for you. Like
I mean, that's not my most anticipated for next year's. I've already got it. But
what's your most anticipated? Cool.
I'm gonna be. This is my most anticipated right now, off the top of my head. The Last Ronin Michelangelo. That's in the same style as he's the flashback Mikey.
Cool.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah,
that'll be awesome.
Orange with the brown. The colors are so perfect.
And the nunchuck holder.
The nunchuck holder, like they are.
Ben did such a great job on those designs. Like, and it's so funny because the colors, he's colorblind. You know, he doesn't even do
really
colors.
Crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So's your boy. I found out. April figured out that I'm colorblind as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, I did this year.
What?
I didn't know. Had no idea.
What?
Well, there you go. You're in an elite group with Ben Bishop.
What can't you see?
Color, man, like gray. Like sometimes, like when I see grays, I see pink or green. Like as a quick example, people see gray,
Weird.
I see green.
So if you're playing a Game Boy, you're fine.
Yeah, no. We learned this when we were color shopping for the house for paints and stuff. Like like our living or our dining room, I told her is green. It's like turquoise. She goes, no, this is blue. Like it's actually blue. Like my shades are wrong.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is. So yeah, spot on.
Wow.
Yeah, you learned something new. That's what I learned.
My most anticipated figure, I'm gonna cheat a lot too, but I can't wait for the Super 7 version of Rapid Mikey. I think this is like I just can't get over how crazy it is, and I think the head is gonna fit on like the regular one, so it's gonna look pretty cool.
That Leo looks great.
Yeah. I'm also I have a really soft spot in my heart for the Playmates Rat King, so I can't wait for the new one, especially with the stupid sexy one too, the stupid sexy head that's coming out. And then, yeah, I love that so much.
It's weird that
And
NECA's
then-
coming out with one at the same time, isn't it? You know,
What?
the NECA
NECA-
Rat King.
NECA Rat King's January-ish.
Okay,
Mirage.
it's all right because my Target won't have it anyway. So it's all right.
I'll close it out by saying another one. The Mesco Turtles, and that'll be that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Can't wait.
Come on.
Can't wait for
Yeah.
this.
Give it.
Just drop the
Justin,
mic. Yeah.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me, Brandon. Great meeting you, buddy. Gary,
to
I'll
meet you.
talk to your ass in like 10 minutes, probably. Freaking guy.
All right, guys. Well, let's cut it off here. Jay, is there anywhere that anybody can find you online? We got TMNT _1987 on Instagram.
Guys, I've been taking toy photos for probably about a year. I think I'm getting like good at it. Like lately, I'm like,
He's good at it. He's good at it. He's been featured by NECA like 3 or 4 times so far, like in succession. They're lining him up.
Nice.
awesome.
Gary sent me this diorama that I loved, and I'm like, damn, this was a really good photo. And I took it as I'm like doing like a forecast for work, and I'm just like, and it took me like 15 minutes. I'm like, damn, I can't like, and it's like I'm like recognizing it. I'm like, damn, it's good. But you can find me there. But Behind the Plastic, it's a toy photography show I do with one of my homies. We've had some freaking incredible folks, including the G-Man. But we also have a shit ton of fun on there. And, just freaking say hi. Don't be weird and just ask me or tag me in stupid shit that has nothing to do with me. Thinking that my little account, like I'm important in some way. I'm not. I'm just a normal ass dude. Thank you for having me, Justin. Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Yeah. Brandon, where can folks find you?
So one word, High Anxiety on YouTube, Instagram. We're all on there. But yeah, High Anxiety is our channel. Me and my partner Ty. We started the channel a while ago. We've had times where we've taken breaks and stuff, but he's a big Transformer guy, so he covers a lot of Transformer stuff. I'm all Ninja Turtles, and then when we get together, we do like taste videos and we do movie reviews. We have a show called What Happened. I think it's a really unique spin on movie reviews. So check us out. We just hit 1,000 subscribers. We're actually at 1.1 now, and we cried a little bit. So I mean, at least I did. I'm a big baby though.
Congratulations! I didn't know you got that extra 100. That's
I haven't. We meant to sit down and make a video of like thank you for 1,000, and then we got to an extra 100, and we're like, oh, what's going on? But yeah, so we're really, really big passion project. I would love to say screw my career and do this full time. So let's make that happen.
I just subscribed today. So the good news is the links to everything everybody's talking about will be in the show notes. So wherever you listen to this. So that's good news.
Awesome. But yeah, I'm just a huge dork, and who I am on camera is who I am in person. Like I'm just loud, obnoxious, and if that's your thing, then cool. And if not, then go somewhere else. Get out of here.
I love it. How about you, Gary?
Yeah. You can find me at Needles on Instagram, spelled wrong, 2 E's, 2 D's. I pay for a check mark, so you can't miss me. I got that little blue check on there. It helps you get in with like when you're talking to people. Fun thing, we're able to talk to different like celebrities and stuff easier. That's kind of why we did it for business. You can find me on the Party Wagon, TMNT Party Wagon, over on Facebook. That's where I spend a lot of my time. I run that group, and I have a lot of amazing co-admins with me. That's kind of my little baby. You can also find me on the Party Wagon podcast on YouTube. We're very random when we post, but we try to do it every 2 weeks. We just did episode 22 that posted on Tuesday. Posted yesterday. Where we just kind of talk about news and everything turtle related. So that's where you can find me. That's really about it. I'm around.
Yeah, you can find them. Everyone who's listening, stay tuned. We'll catch you next time, and the listeners will catch your pizza recipe of the day coming up next. Thanks to our guest, and next time we'll have Eric back, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Adam, aka Casey Jones from Casey Jones Livewire, and you're listening to Epic Tales from the Sewers. Time for a knuckle sandwich, punk.
It's pizza time.
And now, in a segment that we call Pizza Time, where we discuss any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle or pizza-related food, I give you Pizza Time. And welcome to your pizza recipe of the day. Today's is called Peanut Butter and Jelly Justice. Makes 4 personal pizzas. Why hide peanut butter and jelly between 2 slices of boring old sandwich bread when you can enjoy them both on a still warm pizza crust instead? Make some dough over the weekend, store it in the fridge, then whip up those personal snack pies whenever hunger strikes. Ingredients: vegetable oil for greasing, 1 pound ball pizza dough, homemade or store bought. 2/3 cup natural peanut butter, 1/3 cup fruit preserves. Lighten it up, dudes. You can use whole wheat pizza dough and sugar-free fruit preserves to make it, and natural peanut butter that contains only nuts, no salt or other additives. Instructions: place the racks in the top and bottom thirds of your oven and preheat to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Rub 2 heavily duty rimmed baking sheets with a little vegetable oil. Step 2. Divide the pizza dough into 4 equal pieces and roll them out each into a 4-inch disc. Step 3. Place the dough discs on the prepared baking sheets and bake them for 6 minutes or until they're just golden brown, switching the position of the baking sheets halfway through. Step 4. Remove them from the oven and set aside. Step 5. When the crusts have cooled a little, spread them with the peanut butter and then spoon the preserves on top. Step 6. Slice each pizza into squares and serve. And that is your pizza recipe for today: peanut butter and jelly justice. Cowabunga, dudes! Thank you for listening to the Epic Tales from the Sewers podcast. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. This podcast has no affiliation with Eastman, Laird, Mirage Studios, IDW Studios, Archie Comics, or Nickelodeon Studios. This podcast is a member of the Dorkening Podcast Network. Check out thedorkening.com for other podcasts. Epic Tales from the Sewers is recorded by Justin Cooper and Eric Will.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. We have very active lifestyles. It's not all wandering the countryside aimlessly or scaring passing motorists. And we all love a good cup of joe. And there's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. Bold, robust, delicious. It's coffee that can wake the dead. With over a dozen different roasts and flavors, Deadly Grounds can satisfy the most finicky of coffee addicts. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
Greetings and shabibans. We are the Retro Reductopus Cephala Podcast, a long-form bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
Well, that sounds good, but I don't know what all those words mean.
I think what Parasite Steve's trying to say is that on Retro Reductopus, we explore a range of retro goodness, from toys, video games, and movies, to cartoons, and even snacks and school lunches.
Oh.
And we do it all with a positive spin, a slew of killer guests, and some very adult language.
And you know what else is cool?
No.
This crazy show is part of the Dorkening Podcast Network with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
What's that?
And if waiting 2 weeks for a new episode gives you a sad, know that we drop bonus episodes all the time, like the off-format Crow's Nest and an interview series we call The Brick.
You can listen to Retro Reductopus on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any app that's cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all the things that make growing up awesome.
It took me 10 years to make the perfect man cave.
And then we took it over. And we made it into the multiversal chamber.
Then I started my own podcast.
And we took that over too. And we're the co-hosts, the Multiverse Kids.
Yeah, and I'm the dad, the geeky dad. And every week, we what?
We review the movies, shows, and books, games, and toys.
Yeah, and sometimes we even have a special guest. So, join us every week on the Geeky Dad Podcast.
Hello, intrepid listeners. This is the Generation Playlist Podcast, a podcast about music where we are your guides through a particular group or artist.
We talk about the music, and then we make a customized playlist to share with you, our listeners. And you can check us out wherever you listen to podcasts and find our playlists on Spotify.